girl Kelly Lene back with another vlog. It's a beautiful fall day, guys. We have entered a new season. Summer is officially over and we are now in fall. That's basically what this vlog is like kind of centered about. The fact that we have entered a new season, guys. It's a beautiful thing. I really just want to update you guys on everything that's been going on. You've been seeing me celebrate my family's birthdays, and you know, it's beautiful to celebrate those moments. But I personally have just been going through a lot of changes. If you've been watching me since I moved from LA, you would see like the kind of the emotional transitions I've been going through. And it hasn't been an easy transition, but like I said, like with family, it's made it a lot easier to deal with. Just having like that support. So because of that, I'm very grateful, and I've been making a lot of progress like with my goals and everything. I've been praying a lot, guys, and God has just been, you know, allowing me to go through this, just trusting him, and him just kind of giving me like little step by steps. And actually yesterday he kind of put, well, not kind of, he put in my spirit this blueprint. And I told you guys about this blueprint when I was doing music, and back in what, 2015, God revealed to me this blueprint. And so I wrote it down. It was 4 phases, and I literally did everything in that blueprint. I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but I did everything in that blueprint. It took me about 4 or 5 years to complete because of, you know, all the things that I had to do. I had to invest into projects. I had to pay for my docu-series to get done. I had to pay for my projects to get done. So it took some time. And I moved to LA. Everything that was on the plan, I did it, except for the last step. The last step was to do this docu-series. It was like a tour docu-series, and I was supposed to perform in about 25 to 50 venues and basically do like this whole, I'm not gonna tell you guys everything, but that was the last step. And I feel like maybe I would have gotten the exposure that I've always wanted. Maybe I would have met the right people, you know, that could have got me in the door for like that level of fame and success that I was striving for. But at the end of the day, guys, everything happens for a reason. Like, I got to that point where I was ready to do it around this time last year, and I remember like getting stuff for it. Like, I went and bought the merch for it. I was like literally putting together like I was hiring a guitarist for it. I was putting everything together, you know, writing down the venues. I had people that was gonna help me get into certain venues. Like, I had it all lined up, but I just did not have peace about it. Like, God did not put peace in my spirit to do this tour. I kept like going back and forth with myself. I'm like, well, why should I not do the tour? This is why I'm here, you know? And he just told me to be still. And this was a couple of months after I got baptized. And so, you know, I was in a place of just like being patient and, you know, just waiting. So I was just waiting. I'm like, okay, I'm ready when you are. You know, I'm ready to start putting this tour together. But he kept telling me to be still. So I listened, and I decided to do a fast. And my church actually did a fast. And so I was fasting for about 2 months, actually 3 months. I fasted in November, December, and January. I did a 3-month fast. And within those 3 months, God showed me so much, guys, about the music industry and what I would be contributing to. And I just was in shock. I was sad, you know, and I started to grieve my music career because it's like I had to choose a side, y'all. And so with that being said, I just decided to not do the tour. I decided to listen to God, and my heart was just broken because this is what I sacrificed so much for. This is what, you know. And like I said, I don't know why I'm getting so emotional, but this is the first time I'm really, really going into depth about this. But I just hope you guys understand, you know, as I enter this new chapter, new journey in my life, and I close the door on my old past, my old self, you can understand why I decided to close that door. I have no regrets about it at the end of the day, because I chose to serve God instead of serve myself. You know, but that's what fame is. Fame is self-serving, guys. It's nothing but ego. God wants me to be a servant of him. So anyway, with that being said, I've been going through a lot of major changes, and I'm just so grateful for growth, guys. I'm so grateful for like God's guidance. Like, he's been teaching me how to be more of a disciplined person and how to take better use of my time. And so with that being said, I've developed a routine. So you guys, I've showed you guys my morning routine. I do it day in and day out. There's not a day I do not do my routine. And so I'm very disciplined when it comes to that. But there's still some things that I need help with. You know, there's still some things I need to discipline as far as developing a consistent night routine where I'm going to sleep at a certain time and waking up at a certain time. That's something that I'm really trying to work on, because I'm so used to being like a night owl and I'm transitioning to a morning bird. So that is something that I am currently mastering, because in order to be truly successful, you have to be extremely disciplined. And I believe the earlier you wake up, the more successful your day is going to be. I mean, that's just from my own personal experience. I've noticed that when I wake up early, I am so much more productive and I get so much done during the day. Like, I literally feel like I've conquered the world that day because I did so much. And I've been learning how to actually discipline myself through reading The Compound Effect, guys. And I told you guys about The Compound Effect. Shout out to my grandpa for giving me The Compound Effect. But if you really need help like with developing disciplined habits, go get The Compound Effect, because it's really helped me. One of the things that it talks about is you are who you hang around. So I truly believe that, and I've been in a season of separation where literally I've just been so focused on my goals and like just family, honestly, and I haven't really been around too many people in this new season. With that being said, guys, you have to be very careful who you surround yourself with, because you literally are who you hang around. I saw this quote. It was like a picture quote on social media yesterday. I think it was on like Facebook or something, where it was a molded fruit and it was right next to a perfectly good fruit, and over time the molded fruit started to impact the perfectly good fruit, and right before your eyes, you know, the perfectly good fruit became molded just like the fruit next to them. And I think that directly coincides with, you know, people. You know, like if you are surrounding yourself with someone who is not productive, who is not, you know, really trying to do anything with themselves, and not being judgmental, but just like, you know, if you have goals and dreams and aspirations, like big goals, you need to surround yourself with people who have that same kind of drive, that same kind of ambition. Because if you hang around people who don't have that, you're basically just gonna become that, honestly. Like, no matter how hard you try, if that's who you're surrounding yourself with, that's just who you are, you know. And so that's why I've been very careful about who I let around me, because I have this huge vision. Well, God has this huge vision for me, and I need to really make sure that the people I'm choosing to be around, you know, are like-minded. So yeah, I mean, the separation before elevation phase is real, and it gets hard, you know, because it's like when you're of quality, you are rare, you know, you're scarce. And when you're trying to do something so abnormal, a lot of people like can't relate to that. So, you know, you become kind of like a loner, you know. I mean, I still have my friends that I talk to, you know, in other states and stuff like that. But growing up here in Jersey, like, my family was my friends, you know. So, but every day I'm just envisioning my future, and I just want my circle to be full of successful people who, you know, are just really disciplined and focused and happy and driven. And, you know, that's the kind of people I want in my circle. People who have good morals, people who are following God, people who are living a life or striving to live a life that's pleasing to God. All that's important to me. In the meantime, guys, I've been posting a lot on social media about my personal training exam, because I am taking that this week. I'm taking it on Thursday. And I've been studying nonstop. I've been taking my practice exams. I've been passing all of them, so I'm so happy about that. Wish me luck on my exam, guys. Another update is that I recently decided to leave my talent agency. I literally reached out to my agent and I told him, I said, hey, like, I am so grateful for this opportunity, you know, that you guys allowed me to have this opportunity where I can audition for, you know, top projects, independent projects. It was an amazing experience, you know. When I moved to LA, I was so open-minded. I was just like, I'm just gonna go out here and see what, you know, God has for me. Whatever doors open up, whatever opportunities come, I'm gonna take it, you know. And so I initially thought that it was a modeling casting call, and it turned out to be a talent agency. So, you know, I got all dressed up and went in there with my little walk in my heels, and, you know, I had burgundy hair at the time, and they were just like, oh, you are beautiful, your body, oh my gosh, we love your body. And they did my measurements, and they were just giving me all these compliments. And she said, well, why are you here? And I said, because, you know, I'm a singer, and I came out here just to, you know, go after whatever opportunities are out here for me. And she was like, are you interested in acting and modeling? And I was like, yeah. And she was just like, okay, well, we're gonna send you acting gigs, modeling opportunities. And, you know, I signed to them, and it was actually really awesome, because it allowed me to get out my comfort zone. And like I said, I don't know why I'm so emotional. I know I'm PMSing, but still, it's just like, you know, I think I'm just really proud of myself for stepping out of my comfort zone, to be honest. Like, I'm just a fearless person. I'm not afraid to, like, go after what I want. I'm not afraid to, you know, go to the unknown, you know, be in the unknown. I think that's what makes life fascinating. Like, when you do things that you never thought you could do, or you do things that you know, you've always wanted to do. And you know, there's no fear. I think that's what makes life beautiful to me. As I look back on my life, I have no regrets, y'all. Like, it's all experiences at the end of the day. And that's what life is really about, y'all. It's about experiences. Like, I just want to experience new things. I want to do things I've never done before. I want to explore. I'm a very adventurous person. People are like, how do you move to California and you never been there before? I'm just fearless like that. I like to do things like that. I'm a risk taker. So I remember when my family came to visit me in LA, they were like, where are you gonna go to next? And I was like, I might live overseas. I don't know. I've always wanted to go overseas. I'm probably gonna live overseas. And then COVID happened. So yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. I'll definitely visit overseas, but I don't want to live overseas. Like, no, this world is too crazy. But I'm really anxious for God to tell me where I'm moving to next, because I think that's gonna determine a lot. You know, I'm still waiting for God to tell me where I'm going, guys. I know he said Florida, but he didn't tell me which part of Florida. Like, I have no clue. So I'm just waiting on him, because everything I'm doing with my life is his direction. So yeah, so I just want to say thank you so much to my agents, Miss Penny and Ed, for giving me the opportunity to sign to NPM. I truly appreciate all the time that you took to get me auditions for amazing roles, and I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. But I just don't want to be in the entertainment industry anymore, like in any regard. I don't want to act. I just don't want to do that anymore. It's just not in my heart anymore. And I'm moving on with my life, guys. I'm entering phase 1 of God's new vision for my life. And he's setting a foundation. So he is establishing my foundation. So I trust him 100%. I'm allowing God to use me for his will. I'm just determined to be who God wants me to be. I think it's very important to zone out negativity, you know, because I read in the compound effect that our brain naturally gravitates towards negativity. It's just like in our human DNA. So, you know, I've been making changes and stuff that, you know, you may see scrolling on social media, if you're like scrolling on Instagram or scrolling on YouTube. I just been like, you know, stopping it from being on my feed, like hitting like stop seeing it, or ignoring it, not interested, things like that, so it doesn't show up on my algorithm anymore. Just any kind of negativity, whether it's the news, whether it's just gossip, anything negative. Yeah, it's so important to feed yourself positive things, guys. I told you guys about like part of my routine. I'm just throwing out some tips if you guys, you know, need help feeding yourself positivity. I'm just going to share my personal things that I've been listening to. So I've said this before, if you go on Audible, it's an app from Amazon. It's like an audiobook app, and I pay $15 a month, and you have access to any book, any audiobook. So there's this podcast by Steve Harvey called Daily Inspiration, and it's basically like a 5 to 10 minute inspirational, motivational message that you can listen to every single day. So I started all the way back from 2018, and now I'm in 2019, of all these motivational speeches you could just listen to in the morning. So that's part of my morning routine. When I wake up, I do not get out of the bed without listening to one of Steve Harvey's inspirational messages, because it sets the tone for the day. You know, he just has a way with words, and you know, because he's been through a lot in his life, it's just motivational for me because I've been in situations similar to him. At the end of the day, like, it's just very inspiring. So that's one of the things I listen to. I just recently started back listening to Eric Thomas, E.T. the hip hop preacher. Just started back listening to him, yesterday? I could just listen to him every single day. And yeah, he's good at what he does. He's good at motivating you and helping you think of things in a different light. So another one is Fearless Motivation. If you have Apple Music, you just type in Fearless Motivation. Their speeches are amazing, and I listen to that daily as well. And I also listen to TED Talks, like on YouTube. They have a lot of good, inspiring, motivational messages as well. So I feed my mind a lot of motivational things, inspirational things, and it just helps me shape my mentality every day, like to be goal oriented, to be productive every single day, take advantage of your time. It just helps you stay focused on your goals daily, weekly, monthly, annually. You're just constantly thinking about your goals and life. And something's really stuck up to me from one of the speeches from yesterday. It's like, what is your standard, guys? What is your standard for yourself? What is your standard for your life? I don't know about y'all, but my standards are very high for myself and for my life. They always weren't that way because I feel like when you're 18, 19, 20, you really don't know yourself yet. You don't really know your full value, I feel like. And with that being said, it takes time to learn yourself. It takes time to grow and really, know what you want in life, for sure. So over the years, I've been discovering like who I am and what I want. And you are of value. Whatever you put out into the world is who you are. So if I'm putting out nothing but love, light, positivity, I'm a valuable person. I am bringing value to this world. And God created all of us to be valuable. God created all of us to bring something of value into the world. And you just have to discover what it is, and that includes seeking Him. When you seek God, He reveals to you your purpose. He reveals to you your value. I really feel like you don't know your true value until you seek God. And that's why a lot of people are seeking their value and validation from material things, from things that don't really matter, from external things, Instead of seeking God, He'll reveal to you your value. He'll reveal to you what you bring to the world, So because I've sought after God and I'm seeking after God, and He's revealed to me my purpose and who I am to this world and what I bring to the world, that's why my standards are so high, because I treat people how I want to be treated. I always show people respect. Of course you're gonna have your haters. It is what it is. You can't help that, As long as you know your value, as long as you know what you bring to this world, nobody can take that away from you. When it comes to friendships, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to my circle, there's a certain standard that I believe people should have, because like I said, you are who you hang around. The people you surround yourself with are a reflection of you. So that's a big reason why I'm single, because I just won't tolerate behavior that doesn't reflect who I am. If I'm giving quality behavior, I expect quality behavior from the person that I'm choosing to be with, because guys, choosing a spouse is so important. Like, as far as like who you choose, because that sets the tone for the rest of your life. Like, this person literally is a reflection of you. So if you meet a person and they're not showing you quality behavior, they're not a person of their word, they're not consistent, they're not reliable, they're not, they're showing early signs of these things, are you going to tolerate that? You shouldn't tolerate that, because if you're a person of quality, you deserve quality behavior as well in return. So I know that I'm not perfect, and I've definitely in the past have been immature, and I don't know, just being young and immature, honestly. But eventually you grow up and you realize that certain things just aren't important. Character says everything. Character is everything. Morality is everything. What a person does is who they are. I'm very big on this quote, actions speak louder than words, because it's so true, guys. Actions speak louder than words. Know your value. Know that you are a child of the Most High. Respect yourself enough to walk away from anything that is not of the value that you see in yourself. If someone's treating you less than the value of how you see yourself, let it go. They're not meeting your standard, walk away. That's all I have to say about that. If someone is not treating you like the queen that you are, or the king that you are, walk away. And it's important to self-evaluate. Like, I self-evaluate all the time of things that I need to work on within myself. What are my flaws? What are my weaknesses? What are my strengths? And so I work on myself all the time. Like, I'm not arrogant to think that I'm perfect. Like, I know that I have flaws and weaknesses that I need to work on. And the thing is that I'm not afraid to admit what they are, and I'm not afraid to humble myself to work on it. So life is all about just constantly evolving and working on yourself to be better. I know that I have a huge heart, and I have to be careful with who I let in, because people could take your kindness for weakness. I'm aware of that. That's why it's important to guard your heart. So the last thing, guys, I want to talk to you guys about is, what is your why? What is your why? Eric Thomas spoke this. I'm getting this from him, guys. What is your why? So why I think this is important is because we all have goals in life. We all have dreams. We all have aspirations, right? But everyone always is like, oh, I just want to be successful. I just want to do this. I just want to do that. But what is your why for it? A lot of the reasons why people don't accomplish their dreams and reach that level of success is because their why hasn't been strong enough. I'm just going to tell you guys my why. My why for wanting to be successful is bigger than me, is bigger than having money, is bigger than having wealth. It's about breaking generational curses, because I have successful people in my family. Wealth to me is creating passive income, creating ways to make money in your sleep, establishing a business that has value and that you love to do every single day. That's what success means to me. And having financial freedom. So I feel like that's my biggest why. My biggest why is like family oriented, where it's like in the future generations to come, my future generations in my family would know how to make passive income. They would know about financial literacy, being an entrepreneur and creating businesses for yourself. And I just think that's important because we're taught growing up that you only have two options, whether it's to, go to college and then graduate and you work for somebody until you retire, or you get a job and retire. And it's like, why are those my only two options? Like, when I can go out here and create my own business that I'm passionate about and work for myself and create ways for me to make money in my sleep. Like, why not do that, And that's just always been in me since I was 12 years old. I've always wanted to have my own business, and like, it's just in me to do it. Maybe it's the Leo in me. I just love being independent, and I love having ambition to do something with my life and constantly wanting to better myself and knock out goals. Like, it's just in me to be this way, y'all. Like, God made me. I don't know why I'm the way that I am, but this is just who I am, and I know that I'm going to be successful. I know that I had to go through a lot of things and learn a lot of things in life. I'm just so excited that one day I'll be able to share everything with you guys. Like, that is it. That's all I have for you guys today. This is phase 1 of God's new vision for my life, and I typed it all up yesterday, all the goals for each phase, and so I'm executing it, and you guys are just gonna be along for the ride because I am documenting this entire journey. So I love you guys so much, and I appreciate the support, and I just pray that you guys stay inspired. Yes, I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.